I always thought cheating was something that happened to other people, you know, in movies, in books, in stories you hear from friends. Never in my life. My wife and I had been together for over 10 years. I believed I knew her better than anyone else in the world. But one day I came home a little earlier than usual, and I walked right into a scene that completely destroyed the life I thought I had. And the words she said after I caught them together, they cut deeper than the cheating itself. When we got married, I was sure it was forever. We went through college years together, crappy apartments, loans, our first little victories. She was there in my darkest times, and I stood by her in hers. From the outside, we looked like that perfect couple. Friends would say, "You two are proof that real love still exists." But then, I started noticing little things. She began working late more often. At first, I brushed it off. Big projects, meetings, that's normal. Then it was dinners with friends, except she never mentioned names. I remember one night she came home late. Her hair was freshly styled, lipstick perfectly reapplied, the kind she hadn't been wearing that morning. I asked, "Were you with Lena?" She froze for a second, then quickly nodded. "Yeah, with Lena, just chatting." I didn't push it. I wanted to trust her. I mean, we're adults. Who wants to act like some jealous teenager? But the uneasiness grew. Her phone was always with her, even in the bathroom, and she started placing it face down on the table whenever a message came in. Sometimes I caught her smiling at her phone, and I thought, why doesn't she smile at me like that anymore? I told myself I was overthinking, that she was still mine, that love doesn't just disappear. But the signs kept piling up. She bought new lingerie, bold, revealing. I joked, "Who's that for?" She shot back coldly, "Maybe just for me," and turned away. And then there was the faint scent of cologne on her clothes. Not mine, never mine. That day is burned into my memory. I was supposed to stay late at work, but a meeting got canceled. So I thought, why not surprise her? I'll come home early. I parked my car on the next street instead of in front of the house. I don't know why, maybe instinct. I opened the door. Silence. Usually she had music playing or the TV on, even if she was alone. I walked down the hallway, and then I heard it. Laughter. A man's voice, hers too, coming from our bedroom. My heart started pounding so hard I thought it might explode. My hands shook, but I still pushed the door open. And there they were, my wife, and another man, in my bed. For a second I just stood there, frozen. My whole world collapsed in one heartbeat. She gasped, yanked the sheet around herself. The guy didn't even look at me. He just scrambled to grab his clothes. I opened my mouth to speak, but no words came out. And then she looked right at me. Not crying, not apologizing. Her eyes cold, steady, and she said, "Now you finally know the truth. I haven't loved you for years." That one line hit harder than the betrayal itself. No shouting, no excuses, just the brutal truth thrown in my face. And in that moment, I realized she had been living with me all this time while loving someone else. I don't even remember walking out of that room. I think I just turned and left. Inside, everything went numb. I sat in my car for almost an hour, not driving, not thinking, just replaying her words over and over. The next few days were a blur. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them together, and I heard her voice again. "I haven't loved you for years." That destroyed me. I kept asking myself, when did she stop loving me? Why didn't she just say something? Why keep living with me like I was a roommate? A week later, I packed my things and left. Staying would have meant betraying myself. Yes, it hurt. It was unbearable at times. But slowly, I started to see the truth. Her decision wasn't my fault. She made that choice. She lied. She hid things. She betrayed. Me? I trusted, I loved, and there's nothing wrong with that. With time, the pain dulled. I learned to enjoy the quiet, the space, the freedom. And I realized being betrayed doesn't make you weak. It makes you free. Sometimes betrayal is the only way to open your eyes. It hurts, yes. It shatters you. But it also gives you the chance to start fresh, to live honestly, first with yourself. Now, I don't hate her. I'm not angry anymore. I'm actually grateful. Because that one day, when I opened the door, I finally saw the truth. And no matter how bitter it is, the truth will always be better than a beautiful lie. If you've ever gone through betrayal, you know words can't capture that kind of pain. But it's in those moments that we discover who we really are. Thanks for listening to my story. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. This is